I saw a bunch of Spike Lee movies first semester in film school at USC, so I might as well keep up the trend and watch one that's coming out of the summer before I start my sophomore year. I'm John Hayeck, and welcome to my movie thoughts. BlacKkKlansmen, spelled KK get it? It's kind of like a pun and everything. So, BlacKkKlansmen centers on this young cop in Colorado Springs. He becomes an undercover detective, and then him and his kind of partner, sidekick, infiltrate the KKK Ku Klux Klan. What happens is this guy, who I believe is played by Denzel Washington's son, he calls in to the KKK meetings, and he kind of like talks to the leader and everything. But Adam Driver's character, the white face of the operation, he kind of goes to the meetings and is kind of the body and like face of the operation. So we have Denzel Washington's son, being an African American, he can really show up around these guys and everything, kind of masterminding out the whole plan of how they're going to infiltrate and how they're going to like kind of get these guys to reveal they're doing some criminal stuff. And then we have Adam Driver's guy kind of being the physical body there, kind of making sure that everything that Denzel's son is doing kind of gets put into place. And I'm sorry I'm forgetting the name of Denzel's son. I want to say it's like John David Washington or something like that, but I probably am butchering that. Anyway, these two guys are quite good in the movie. I like their chemistry together. I think they worked pretty well off one another. This movie isn't a comedy, but it has a lot of good comedic elements to it, and it's mainly coming from the two of them. I think they had really good banter, and I could have gone for even more of them in this movie. I wish we focused on them like throughout the entire movie and their relationship and everything, because I think their the kind of camaraderie between the two of them was my favorite part of the movie. I think this movie has a very important racial message, and it actually has a lot of different layered racial messages, but I feel like some of them aren't portrayed as well as others, and I'm just going to point out the ones I didn't like as much to kind of accentuate why I love the Adam Driver and Denzel's son chemistry so much. The first one's that, so the main guy in the movie, he has this girlfriend who's a member of the Black Panthers, and she's very Black power, all the power to all the people and everything, and I thought that their relationship was important for the movie, and by then the movie definitely see why it's so important for the movie, but her as a character, I just felt like I didn't really care about her all that much. I understood the cause she was fighting for, and I thought it was admirable and everything, but I feel like she didn't have much of a personality beyond that, and when he's, like, attracted to her and everything, I'm like, I don't really see the chemistry you two have all that much. I didn't buy into the relationship all that much. In fact, at some points, I forgot she was even in the movie when she wasn't on screen for quite a bit of time. I do think, however, that it's interesting seeing Adam Driver kind of infiltrate these KKK meetings, and seeing kind of how he interacts with those guys, because these guys are just hardcore, one-dimensional racists. And when I say one-dimensional racists, I mean that each of their characters is so racist, it's almost cartoony, but when you think about it, each of the KKK racists are so against the African-American and Jewish and gay populations of Colorado Springs, yet the Black Panthers are also, in some ways, very, very much against the police in Colorado Springs and all the police in Colorado Springs. Each side is so extreme that it kind of makes you think, like, is there any middle ground? And seeing the KKK side be so cartoonishly racist towards the African American side and the gay side and all of the other sides that aren't pure white, and seeing the Black Panther side be so like hateful towards some of the cops and everything, it makes you think, this is why I like the main guy and Adam Driver's character so much, because them working together is an African American guy and it's a Jewish guy, and the two of them are trying to find some sort of middle ground in this crazy world where it feels like we only deal with extremes. And when I realized that, I'm like, yeah, Spike Lee did a good job showing that things don't have to be so extreme on two opposite sides of the spectrum. Things can be in the middle, and to have equality, you need to be in the middle. You need to juggle both sides of what's going on, and you need to be true to, you know, what you understand is right, and I feel like both of the main characters in this movie do understand that quite well. I love the undercover aspect of it. I thought Adam Driver played it off quite well, and again, a lot of comedic beats result from that, so props to Spike Lee for making sure the humor delivers as he usually does quite well in his movies. I really loved Do the Right Thing, and I enjoyed When the Levees Broke, and I thought Inside Man was pretty good as well. I would say that so far, I like BlacKkKlansmen more than When the Levees Broke. I don't know if I like it more than Inside Man so far, but this is a very entertaining undercover cop movie. I think you guys will find some enjoyment with it as well. It has an important racial message that I'm still kind of unpacking, but I think that it's one that if you guys see, you'll have a lot to think about as well. So for that reason, it is a movie worth checking out. The racial commentary isn't so in your face or anything like that, and the commentary on today isn't so in your face or anything like that, but it is an important message worth watching and worth understanding and worth thinking about. So guys, I think BlacKkKlansmen is something you guys should definitely check out when you get a chance. Be sure to let me know all of your thoughts on it when you do see it, and you can leave those in the comment section down below. You guys know to go over to mymoviethoughts.com, follow me on Twitter @JohnMake, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for tons more posts from me. Links to all three of those in the description down below as well. You guys can like this video, comment on it, share it with some friends. I am John Hayeck, so thank you guys so much for watching.